Hello YouTube, my name's Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and another episode of DNA Saturday, which is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in DNA bombs. That was the creative class we're going to be using throughout the entirety of this gameplay. We are actually going to be using the RW1 pistol throughout the entirety of the gameplay and getting ourselves a DNA bomb, which is pretty insane. This, of course, is the one-shot kill pistol that had a lot of controversy surrounding it when Advanced Warfare first announced that this was going to be a thing. But man, it turned out it was not really that great of a pistol. It was by no means overpowered in any way, so it's definitely awesome to see a DNA bomb like this, man. It's definitely cool to see something like this happen, and we can thank Mr. Bradley England for sending in this gameplay. His YouTube channel, there's a link to it down in the video description, and I will be talking about his channel, of course, towards the end of the gameplay, as we usually do with episodes of DNA Saturday. But that guy has himself quite the channel. I can't wait to talk about that, because his channel is nuts. He's a crazy, crazy, crazy player. Speaking of crazy, let's start talking about this DNA bomb. So we're running around with basically just this pistol. Now, you notice the class itself actually has a heavy shield as the primary. So while he's running around with his one-shot pistol here, he actually has an assault shield on his back, or I guess it's called a heavy shield on his back, and that thing is going to absorb a little bit of bullets throughout the gameplay when people try to shoot him from behind, which actually helps him out a little bit, which is definitely nice. I never really thought to do something like that, but then again, I never thought to run around with the RW1 pistol and try and use it as my primary. I guess I never really thought to do either of those things. So the particular variant he's running in this gameplay is actually called the Rail Driver, which I believe is probably the best variant of this pistol that you can get. What the Rail Driver does, which keep in mind this is an elite variant, he gets +3 to his damage, but -3 to his accuracy. Now I really gotta kind of question what that -3 to accuracy is really doing to him, because you'll see throughout the gameplay, he's pretty accurate with this pistol, and it doesn't seem as though it just kind of misses aimlessly or anything like that. You would think if it has decreased accuracy, where that would mean like sometimes when you're shooting at somebody, you'll just miss even though your shot was right on him, but he doesn't have that. It doesn't have a single instance of that throughout this entire gameplay, at least that I've noticed. So maybe it doesn't really do actually anything. We'll have to see, but it does give it +3 to damage. It's already a one-shot pistol at some good ranges, but you'll see, of course, throughout the entire gameplay, there are some hit markers. There are times where even though he hit him a nice clean shot, he still ends up getting a hit marker, and that is, I guess, the balancing factor of having a one-shot kill pistol. I remember when this gun first came out, everyone's like, oh, one-shot kill pistol, freaking noob guns. Now the snipers are going to have that, and they're going to be able to kill everybody. They're going to miss their quickscope, then they're going to quickscope you with their one-shot pistol. It's going to be silly. But then it never really turned out to be that way, right? Like, you never see people running around and dominating with this thing like you see in this gameplay, and that's one of the things that really kind of makes the gameplay unique, is the fact he's able to do this with this pistol. For me, I don't even really like it that much. I end up using like the Atlas 45 pistol a lot more than I use this thing, if I'm using a pistol at all, because I'm not really much of a secondary person. But one of the things I thought was very interesting about this gameplay, and I'm very hesitant to talk about this, but it makes me want to use this pistol because it feels like it's probably just a better version of a pump-action shotgun. So you think of the TAC-19 here in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. It is the only pump-action shotgun in the game, and at the exact same time, it's got the worst damage of any of the shotguns, including the semi-automatic one and including the fully automatic one. It has the worst damage of all of them, and the drawback of being a pump-action. So it's like, it's not a very good shotgun. The TAC-19 is just not very good. It really isn't. I think we can all kind of agree on that. Some of us may like the gun to lesser or more extent, but I think we can all agree that it could definitely be buffed a little bit. And so when I'm looking at this gameplay here, it's like this guy is getting kills in shotgun range with this pistol that's a one-shot, so it basically kind of performs a little bit like a pump-action shotgun. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this performs better than the only pump-action shotgun in the game, so maybe now I want to try running around with this and maybe see if I can get some gameplay with this, or maybe see if I can replicate some of the success that we saw here in this gameplay using this pistol as if it were a shotgun. I'm hesitant to try that, and I'm hesitant to talk about that, though, because we've seen time and time again here on DNA Saturday, and of course during Chem Strike Saturday, during Call of Duty Ghost last year, we saw that these gameplays make the gun look very, very good. They make it look like, man, that gun's really cool, or wow, that sub is really good. And then, of course, when we go try it, it doesn't work out nearly as good as what we saw in the gameplay. I remember specifically the AMR DNA bomb that we actually had featured here on DNA Saturday. I was looking at that gameplay, I'm like, that submachine gun looks pretty great. I mean, it's a burst submachine gun, but it looks very powerful. Like, I want to try out this SMG. Tried it out that night. I was not good with that thing whatsoever. Definitely not, definitely not. But I am interested now to actually give this pistol another shot. Maybe I'll run the heavy shield as my primary so I have it on my back. Maybe I'll try that out, and because of that, I'll actually be able to maybe have some success with this thing, using it in mind as if it were a shotgun. We'll have to see about that. But then again, that's of course assuming that Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network will actually be working. I tried getting it to work last night to play some Advanced Warfare, and it was actually working on Xbox Live. I could get on, but the connectivity was so bad that I couldn't connect to any of my friends, so we had to go play solo. And I give you guys all prayers, all you guys out there that play solo in Call of Duty, because this was my first experience playing solo in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare since I had the game early, and man, this game is not fun at all if you're playing solo. It just really isn't. It's like, dude, why aren't you capping the flag? Why are you triple negative? Why is I'm looking at all my teammates like, you guys are all so awful? And like, I'm used to having my friends that I've been playing with for years, you know? I like talking to my friends and, you know, playing with them because we're all, of course, pretty good players, and it's just so much more fun to play with the party than last night when I had to play solo. It's like, oh, I'm just going to wait till the servers are better. I'm just going to wait till the servers are better. Then I'm going to go play, because I'm not going to play this game solo anymore. I hate it. I hate it. So hopefully I'll actually be able to play a little bit of this tonight. Hopefully I'll actually be able to play with my friends, because I basically refuse to play this game solo, but I don't know, man. I want to try out this pistol. We saw a lot of success with it here in this gameplay, and the DNA Bomb's actually coming up rapidly soon, so I'm actually going to go ahead and start talking about the Craig class a little bit more so you guys have a better idea of what he's using and why he's using it. So, of course, we have the heavy shield as a primary weapon. The reason he has that is because if he's running around with a pistol, he wants to make sure he can't get shot in the back by having that heavy shield. It's basically that. It's like a turtle shield almost. You know, you can't shoot him from behind unless you're shooting him at his feet, because he has that shield on his back. We have the RW1 rail driver, which, of course, is probably the best variant of this, and we're using advanced rifling on our pistol to give it increased range, which will kind of increase the range so you can actually get a one-shot kill. And right there, we actually pick up the DNA bomb. For perk 1, we're using low profile, standard perk. For perk 2, we're using peripherals, which is not a standard perk, but it's a good perk nonetheless, as well as we're using blind eye, which blind eye is a perk that I'm starting to use more myself, because, of course, with the update to Advanced Warfare with like domination and stuff, where everyone's getting so many kill streaks, I'm finding that blind eye is increasingly become more valuable to me. And in perk 3, we're using blast suppressor as well as scavenger, and our ability is overclock, which in my opinion is the only good exo ability in the game. So that's the class. It's really kind of a basic class. The only real thing that's kind of separating this class from some other things is the fact that he's using the heavy shield and he's constantly wearing it on his back, as well as he's using advanced rifling on his RW1 in combination with the fact he's using the rail driver variant, which is a rare elite variant. That, of course, gives it +3 of damage. But keep in mind, just because it has +3 of damage and you're using advanced rifling and it's a one-shot pistol does not mean you're going to get a one-shot kill. I'm sure you guys saw throughout this gameplay that it is possible to actually get hit markers with this gun. But a final score there of 50 kills and 2 deaths running around with only the RW1. I thought that was a fantastic overall gameplay. Hopefully you guys did as well. And hopefully you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of DNA Saturday. So I do hope you guys all enjoyed it. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys would like to submit your guys' DNA bombs for next week's episode of DNA Saturday, watch the video that's on your screen right now. There's an annotation you can click, as well as there's a link to it down in the video description. That video basically tells you everything you need to know about submitting your stuff for DNA Saturday. Rules that I want you guys to follow. I give you guys some helpful tips as to specific things I'm looking for when I'm going over DNA Bomb gameplay. Just watch that video if you're at all interested in submitting your stuff for DNA Saturday. If you guys like to go ahead and check out Mr. Bradley England, he's a kind of a new channel here on YouTube, but like I said towards the beginning of the video, he has a crazy freaking channel. It makes no sense to me. So he just started making videos probably 2 weeks ago, and in those 2 weeks he has uploaded 28 videos, most of them being DNA bombs with different weapons. So you look at DNA Saturday, a series I run here where basically we try and do different guns and different maps and different setups and stuff like that. He has all that, but just by himself on his own channel. So of course he has this RW1 pistol DNA bomb on his channel that you guys just watched. That he has a Bulldog DNA bomb, a TAC-19 DNA bomb, the Morse sniper rifle, the MK14, the EPM3, just about any gun in the game, you name it, he's probably got a DNA bomb with it over on his channel. He doesn't do any commentary or anything like that. He basically just uploads the entire raw, unedited, uncut gameplay of the DNA bomb, and you guys can go ahead and watch it and check that out and just enjoy the gameplay. That's what his channel is really all about. If you like just watching awesome gameplay, check out his channel. Like I said, 28 videos, most of them being DNA bombs, only been uploading for 2 weeks, and he has a DNA bomb with, like, it seriously looks like almost every gun in the game. It's crazy. He has a crazy channel. Go ahead and check him out if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of DNA Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.